Alright, everybody. Well, like I said previously, I've been looking to try and make more content because I don't just want to be hedge-pinned into Dawncaster. Not that it isn't a good game, I do love it, but I've always streamed when I streamed as a variety streamer, and I know that it'll be harder to grow a community by variety streaming on YouTube, but I'm not here to become, like, world famous or anything. If it happens and I can make a change in people's lives, that's great, but what I've always wanted to do is just make people happy and give them something they would enjoy. And not everything I'm going to create is going to be enjoyable for everybody, but above and beyond that, I want to make things that I'll enjoy as well. So, as that opening cinematic showed, and I talked about before, this is Nioh. As you can see, I've played the game before, quite a bit, but honestly, I have never beaten this game because of the gaming ADHD that I have, just ADHD in general, but the ability to focus on something and beat it is hard for me. So I'm hoping that by sharing this all with all of you and going through it like this will help force me to overcome something that I find is a problem for me. And hopefully maybe that can be a source of inspiration to help you, like, focus down and find a way to get help or work on something for you. So with that, we will start a new game. This will create a new character data for a new game. Yes.
Some call it a miraculous stone. The Philosopher's Stone. The Queen of England remains locked in combat. With Spain, the country where the sun never sets, for control of the entire world. Her forces weakening with every battle. The Queen and her inner circle turn to divination and alchemy, hiring pirates like us to find Amrita for them. With that power, they managed to defeat the invincible Spanish Armada. But now it seems they want to keep their methods a secret.
So with that, we arrive at the Tower of London, an imposing fortress built by King William I. In order to keep London safe, it has since gone on to be used as a prison for traitors and execution grounds for criminals. Londoners believe that if the many crows living within its walls were to abandon it, the tower would collapse, and London itself would be destroyed.
It seems death won't stop chasing me.
So, Nioh is, for those who don't know... Thanks, girl. For those who don't know, is a Souls-like game. It is created by Team Ninja, Toei. It is based on the idea, from what I could see. There you go, the stats of our boy William. It follows our gentleman here, pirate, as you heard, hired by the Queen of England to go and find this device Amrita, and it will see us on a whirlwind adventure against the demons. I won't try and spoil too much, but we are the man with the guardian spirit. We can follow our spirit.
I should have run when I had the chance.
Amrita memory. We'll wait patiently for that guard.
Hey, what are you doing?
Rusty. Feel rusty. This bodes well for the series. We'll edit that out in post or something.
Hey, what are you doing?
Right, break is going. What's that? That's what I was trying to do the first time, but I messed it up, so... Oops. But we will equip this level 1 bastard sword.
I guess yourself was your only savior.
Gather up some of the loot. The way we want to go, so peek back this way. The bastard sword. Hey! So this game was created for Xbox or PlayStation, and it's been ported to PC. This is the definitive edition, or the complete edition, whatever they want to call it. So the idea right now is me getting used to this again and going through it with all of you. So if it looks a little strange, that's why. Like, the intuitiveness of it is so-so. And I am not one to play games like this. Souls-like games on mouse and keyboard, not my jive. I was not a PC player to begin with. I was a Nintendo player. Played Atari, played Nintendo, played Sega, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, all those up to the PlayStation, and then I had the Sega Game Channel, okay? I had a coaxial cable plugged into this cartridge on top of my Sega to allow me to play games all the time from everywhere. Archer is going to be a small problem. So, for me, playing on a gamepad or a controller, for those of us who are normal, is pretty easy and adaptable for me. I know my wife, she hates using a controller. Use all of our stamina. Let's drag him this way so that his buddy doesn't become too much of a problem. The other thing, so the fun thing about this game is there's a lot of different weapons in it, and weapon types, and I think figuring out what I want to play for this run will be fun. Man, we're gonna be dripped out with this very wonderful gear. There we go, that's what I want. So this is like your campfires. So now that I've prayed there, we're gonna do something. I would like to try and either complete my set or get brother's, like, pike, spear. I think I would consider it what he's holding, a spear. It's probably a better word for it. Wait for him to turn around. Come on. Medicine. Just a little bit of that boring farming we're gonna do here. If it takes too long, I can probably, I'm not much of an editor, I know Premiere only enough to like make me dangerous and to forget to edit out dumbass things that I say that I probably shouldn't say online. But if this takes too long, I could probably dumbass my way around Premiere to edit out until we get either a full set or get homies spear. We just jump cut back. You know what happened. You know this took me a long time. Well, there's a guard right there I didn't even know was there. As you can see, we have become fully dripped. Sadly, as you can also see, there's no spear. I have given up. I quit. supposed to be a way to swap your weapon. I forget. Changing weapons. Right bumper. I just read. So this is what I was attempting to get the entire time. Oh boy. Okay, well, lesson learned, just go and open chests. You'll end up getting what you were after all along. Of looking like an idiot and spending 15 minutes to, you know, go and search for something that you couldn't just open the chest for. Yes, the battle axe. Got more tower guard boots, which actually have a better defense than the ones that we have. You have a goofy ass hat. It's gonna eat my stamina. Alright, up we go. See if we can at least get through this tutorial area in this video.
There's only a limited amount of Amrita we can extract from this country, Kelly.
Indeed, the pirates have served their purpose.
The death of the leader of Japan will spark a war, and a wonderful opportunity to acquire more Amrita.
Once tomorrow's execution takes place, we will get our hands on a compass that will lead us to that Amrita.
With enough Amrita, we could subdue Spain, perhaps even the world.
The day when England reigns supreme is near.
But our beloved queen thinks of Amrita as nothing more than gold or gemstones.
We must find them before our nation's rivals do.
Edward Kelly, you will go to Japan. It seems it would be to our advantage to keep the wars alive. We cannot gain Amrita if blood does not flow.
Hey! Who are you?
You would think they would hear this guard out here yell at a person who is peeping through the window. Like, fuck you, I guess. I stand corrected. He did hear it. Guess there's something else to look at. The Black Tower. Well, you can just pause, I guess. If you... Tower Guard of London hat. Another one. A little bit better. Has some life. Which way? Which way? Very aggressive. Oh, Tower Guard of London. What? Those on too. Got your luck, buddy. There's the door, at least. Shortcut. Further down. So the big gimmick of the game, besides it being Souls-like, is our boy William is pretty adept at using anything under the sun that he gets his hands on. And you can build a pretty decent repertoire of weapons. Be careful there with that bozo down the hallway, not paying attention to his buddy getting just absolutely gobsmacked. We have pretty interesting take of weapons in the game that he can use, with obviously the square up there to the right is ranged weapons too. Got attack, yeah. There's also a lot of like defense things here: fire, wind, lightning, earth, poison, paralysis, and the yokai realm. As well as our stats we need to wear the stuff: body, heart, stamina, strength, skill, dex, magic, spirit. So, and much like many Souls games, you use a specific resource to level all of that up. Down here should be big, scary knights in armor. So I want to use the axe, I think, to handle them. You sure did. You bonked bozo. I don't know what he was looking at, but it surely wasn't William. Another battle axe. I guess the question here is, which one's better? The one that says agility damage bonus D. Interesting. But the one that says strong against humans in close combat sounds like a good choice, since everybody I'm facing at this moment is indeed human. I want all the defense I can get. There's the bane of no lock on. Alright. Aha. No. I don't want both. I'll take you. I'll take one. I do not want both of them. Woo, there we go. A lot of stuff that we can't use to level up because we don't have access to it now. But get ourselves off of this weird drip we had going. Break is fine, but I don't want to break. Ah, he's down. Let's go and check on this boy. Ooh, okay. Akil. Better gauntlets, some greaves, and now we're just rocking that sweet, sweet hat. Here we get a new area where we can try and farm the last couple pieces of this gear. We just need the helmet. Unlike Dark Souls, you're not immune during attack sequences like that. Whew. Oh. Okay. You think I've learned my lesson, but I didn't. I can at least hit both a little bit. There we go. I'd like for you to put your guard down, please. Get a little range on him there. That's that. We get the greater helm now. And the cuirass, alright. We had two pieces we needed, and I didn't realize it. Oh. Stronger axe? Well, not exactly strong. Familiarity bonus, C-. Alright. The more you use a weapon in this game, the more comfortable William becomes with using that particular weapon, which gives a familiarity bonus. So it's sometimes better to find like a weapon that you like that's pretty decent and just hold on to it. And we'll get more information on that system as we progress outside the wonderful tutorial area. What's down here? A whole lot of nothing. Thanks, game. Oh, lets me see this stuff.
Looks like I might be able to escape from the top of that tower.
Top of the tower.
I saw him!
I was gonna say, he had a friend. Alright. Get the big armored boy separated from his homies. Getting there with a quick switch on the weapon.
This way!
Try and stay out of the way of that crossbowman up here. The guard there, or armored knight. Can't carry the mess. I've done too good. Let's not talk about the amount of times I've died, though. Oh, drop rate boost. That's nice. And get his attention with that rock. Without getting the attention of his buddy. The answer is no. But I was able to get his particular attention. Considering I can't carry any more medicine, I'm just going to start using it liberally. Come on, brother. Let's go. Oh, kidding. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. Oh, God. It was a prank! Not being able to level up is brutal. Don't want to get jumped by this flunky here, so try and take him on now. Go, brother. Well, that worked, I guess. No arrows. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh. And help. There we go. Oof. Okay. Now check this chest. All of this for the booty. And you're gonna ask, why do I care or give half of a shit about any of this gear in the tutorial area? I'm a pirate. That's my answer, and that's no sticker. You can't change my mind on that one. Human item drop rate. Sure. Got here. I'd love to take that drop rate again, but in my humble opinion, quick attack damage is nice. Enemies defeated damage bonus. Interesting. So I'm guessing that's like the less you respawn in an area. That's gonna be my guess. I could be wrong. Probably. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we have nothing on parrying yet. We just have dash, lock on, guard, and evade. Wow. This is what it is. I believe we want to go this way now. I'm going to do the exact opposite of what that message out there said.
Using monsters like that to fight wars. Guess they got no more use for us.
Boltstiz?
His body just split in two. Oh God! You wanted to kill me from the start.
Aw.
Striking when the opponent is down and helpless. That's what they're trying to do to all of us who fought for Queen and country.
Now we know about the downed enemy finisher that we've already discovered. A knight.
Huh?
His Come on. I lack the key to be doing this all day. Because as we just found out, it's key, not stamina, but clear the final blow. Entertainment for the people. Runka. Oh no. Sort. Sort. Sorted by rare. Agility damage bonus. Well, our agility is so-so. 81. Goes up to 88. guess that's fine. We lose the familiarity bonus with it, but we can build that back up. Bro. That's exactly what you deserve. Okay. Not yet. That seems sketch. I don't know which tower is which. Is this the tower, or is that over there the tower? Go to the other one. This seems like a boss fight. You would think with the amount of time I've had in this game, I would remember these things, but most of that stuff that we're looking at in the saves at the beginning of this video, pretty old. This game is rather old. We're all the way up to Nioh 3 now, which is one of the reasons why I figured drop down attack.
For nothing? Oh, I gotta do something. If I jump.
No. Running speed. Don't care so much about running speed. Not right now, anyways. Another bastard sword. We take a little damage from the fall, but that's okay. We'll just heal and prepare for Nightmare Land. Derek, the Executioner. Go, Derek.
It's you. The man with the guardian spirit.
If I die, the secret of the stones dies with me.
Let me show you what these stones can do. Behold.
It's time for your execution.
I was using an axe, thank you very much.
Oh, well done. Quite a feat.
Think about how insanely jacked he has to be to swim in full plate armor. Ignore the fact that physics is a thing.
The journey was not unenjoyable. During 2 years' voyage, the Helloff was lost. The trow sank, while the hope vanished without a trace. The good news of the Blythe boatshap was nothing but lies. Only Leifta remained. An ironic twist. For what awaited us in the Far East wasn't love. It was monsters and death.
Before I began my preparations for landfall, I leafed once more through the curious book I had chanced upon. Recorded inside are the memories of a sailor who had once paid visit to the land of Zipangu. Precisely how this document wound up in the hold of this ship, when its author clearly belonged to the crew of a different boat, is beyond me. Here I am, poring over its pages all the same. And not for the first time this voyage, I may add. What fascinated me above all else were the memoirs, many accounts of Zipangu's diverse armor and weaponry. Choose your weapon. Well, this is where we get to decide what we're gonna do. Oh. Kind of becomes our build. Dual swords are cool, spears are cool, axes we were using. We got to experience the sword, the spear, and the axe. What we didn't get to see was a cursory gamma, an odachi, which is basically like a great sword, if you don't know, and then tonfas. Let's read through these. Swords, bonus to heart, a single-handed weapon, a single-handed sword, primarily a slashing weapon with a wide attack range. It can also be used to thrust and has a long reach. Well-balanced weapon and easy to use. Dual swords are skill +1, a pair of swords, one held in each hand. A single blow from either blade lacks power, but they enable rapid consecutive attacks when used together. They make an excellent choice of weapon when surrounded by numerous assailants. Spear, body +1. A long-handed weapon, tipped with a blade. Its superior reach enables rangy, sweeping attacks. However, it will ricochet wildly if struck against the wall, making it a poor weapon for close spaces. The axe is stamina +1. A weapon with a thick, heavy blade at one end. Its weight makes it a slow weapon to swing, but also gives it considerable power. Enemies find its attacks difficult to deflect. Cursory Yama is a dexterity +1 weapon, a weapon that combines a sickle and a weighted chain. Mastery of this unusual weapon requires a deep understanding of many special techniques. The sickle allows for quick strikes in close range, and the chain and weight can be thrown to add range to the weapon's offensive repertoire. Odachi, strength +1, a sword with an elongated blade. It's a little slow to swing for an attack, but the wide range and tremendous power of the weapon make up for it. Furthermore, this sword enables its wielder to switch stances during an offense, allowing a high degree of freedom to fluidity, string techniques together. And then the Tonfa, a skill +1, a pair of batons, each with a handle and one held in each hand. They allow for numerous high-speed skills and excel at hitting away at an enemy's key. While they make it easy to deal with incoming attacks, they can just as easily be used offensively. However, their limited range means the wielder must remain close to their opponent. I think I want to do Tonfa. Makes me feel very, Dynasty Warriors, Sunsei, from the Wu Dynasty. So I think that's what I'll go with. I was torn between the Cursory Gamma and the Spear and the Tonfa. I think we'll go skill and go Tonfa. Again, we're not fully locked into this, so we can really expand as we proceed. The sailor from the memoir seems to have spent quite some time in Zingpu and succeeded in keeping the many company of samurai. He writes in detail of establishments in Zingpu called dojo, where people including samurai congregate for instruction in the martial disciplines. Just reading the sailor's vivid accounts, I feel as though I am there in the flesh, watching these warriors as they train. A samurai is master of many armaments, and trains for combat in every imaginable scenario. If I were to use another weapon, which one would I choose? Well, I guess we get to pick it up now. I think... Oh, man. Cursory Gamma would be cool. I am worried about damage on targets. I think we go crazy and go Cursory Gamma. This may be a stupid build, but... The memoirs also assert that the samurais are knowledgeable in the martial arts. First, they know which fighting stance to use in each situation, high, mid, or low. Second, after each attack, they ready themselves for their next strike by focusing their ki or inner energy. Third, once their ki is readied, the samurai can use purification techniques to rid their surroundings of malevolence. I know not how to explain it, but I feel as though I have some innate ability to grasp all of these concepts, and have experimented many times with each technique. The memoir states Spangu is home to 8 million gods and other deities. Exactly how this figure was derived, I can only imagine. But as I cast my gaze to the shore, I'm struck by the sensation that some mystical power has been keeping watch over me. It is an energy that reminds me of Sarise. I pull out the memoir once more and survey each page until I arrive at the guardian spirit that best matches the force I am sensing. Kato, Isonade, Daibawashi. The spirits. Kato, strength. A wolf, a guardian spirit of the fire elemental, strengthens the attacking power of those in its protection. Isonade, spirit, a shark and guardian spirit of the water element, amplifies the ability of those in its protection to sense enemies. And Daibawashi, skill, +1, a hawk and guardian spirit of the wind element, increasing evasive abilities of those in its protection. So we already have a dex and we already have a skill. We could build our skill even more by picking Daibawashi. Or we can get that strength we're lacking with Kato. Or we could go straight for spirit and focus in on Isonade and go shark. I feel shark. And we can change these again if we want. You know what? I think I'm gonna go Daibawashi. This will give us skill +2 and dex +1. This is okay. I'm not a first-time player. I probably should do the tutorial mission just to refresh my memory. Probably not a bad idea. This is sadly making for quite a long video. This dojo is a training ground for samurai. It is filled with the blood, sweat, and tears of the uncounted warriors who polished their technique within its walls. These long traditions and secrets are handed down from generation to generation of samurai. Yes, William, the great samurai. Wooden sword. Quick attacks are X, strong attacks are Y, which we already kind of learned. I'm not gonna watch the movie. That's fine. Our different stances. By changing the weapon by holding right bumper, we can also change our stance. Lock on, we know how to do that. So now combat kind of drastically changes in the game, and it really opens up to separate itself from what we would consider a Souls-like or Dark Souls to be with this. It really starts to feel like a blend, in a sense, of Ninja Gaiden kind of meeting Dark Souls. Switching stance with right bumper Y, X, or A. High stance emphasizes attack power. Mid stance is good for defense and wide range of techniques, and low stance is good for dodging and doesn't consume much ki. And maintains your guard as you move. High stance is really crack him in the head. Low stance, and then I'm sure that it'll have us face off here in mid stance. And that little bloop I'm doing there is that purification technique they were talking about, because there can be corruption, as we'll come to see, which is this right here, ki pulse. While the blue light is gathered around you after attack, a ki pulse recovers your ki. The amount varies based on your timing. The maximum amount is determined by your ki gauge. And that's like that little recovery spot up there. As you can see, when I use a technique, I can hit that to instantly recover instead of waiting. Yokai Realm, another world born from the yokai. When you are in the yokai realm, your ki recovery speed is greatly reduced. Conversely, the powers of the yokai themselves are enhanced. Purify recovers the maximum amount of ki from a successful ki pulse in the yokai realm. It also cleanses the defilement of the yokai realm from your person, restoring you to normal. Next tutorial. A wooden axe. And we also have stance changes for these weapons too. This is a good refresher. Now we've got the ranged accoutrement. We can change this. Proceed to our next tutorial. Riveting first episode. I know. Small spirit stone. The Hikomori fragment. Splinter of a sacred tree uses a holy vessel in religious ritual. Use up all of your Amrita, but it will allow you to quit a mission and return to the starting point. Alright, Amrita to build up our Spirit Guardian. Living weapon. When a Guardian Spirit Amrita gauge is full, press B and Y. Guardian Spirit skill, while is active, press B and Y. Triggering a living weapon changes the health gauge and key gauge into the living weapon gauge. As long as the living weapon gauge is active, you are impervious to damage, and your close combat attacks inflict more damage. The living weapon gauge decreases over time and when the enemy attacks land. Once the gauge is fully depleted, its effects wear off. While the living weapon gauge is active, press Y and B or B and Y to perform your Guardian Spirit skill. There we go. All the tutorials have been completed. Cool looking axe, though. The dinghies have been readied for us to make landfall. For all I've read on this country, nothing can truly prepare me for what now lies ahead. I put the memoir down, and I leave my cabin. Kuroshima is a tiny island off of the coast of Usuki, in Kyushu's Bungo province. There is a little in the way of usable land, with coastline rapidly giving way to cliffs and mountains. Clinging to its edge is the smallest of fishing villages, its residents eking out on subsistence, farming on plots carved from the hills. Their frugal lives stand in stark contrast to the village elder, whose opulent mansion perches atop the island's tallest peak, strangely oversized for the small island which it overlooks. With that, this episode has ran far too long already. I have a good bit of stuff I have to edit out of it. Mostly my stupidity of trying to, well, be stupid. So, thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you for tuning in for this new series, Nioh. I will still be playing Dawncaster. We will still be making episodes and trying to post some Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But my hope is that I can try and fill in gaps and maybe post every day a week if I can manage it. I wouldn't hope on it because I still work my job at the hospital. I still have to take care of things around the house and help my wife with things, so I will do my best to follow that schedule. I appreciate each and every one of you, always. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for allowing me to bring some kind of joy to you. I hope you'll enjoy this Nioh series. I will do my best to keep up making content. Thank you all so much. If you've liked, shared, watched, commented, whatever, I greatly appreciate it. Have a good night, a good day. Be safe out there. Be good to one another. Protect each other. And just like William is doing, resist.